Peekaboo, I see you looking at me, looking at you. Hold up, where you going? What you doing? Who you seeing? What you need? What you want? I said, without you by my side, my side, my side. Without you by my side. One time from side to side. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. One time from side to side.
Alright, sorry about that. I had to get everything all set up, and we are now good to go. So if anyone's curious what we're doing today, we will be doing the materials on this. Now, we're only going to use one material for all of this, because we do not like draw calls. Draw calls are bad. In case anyone's curious how I got the poly count low, these gems aren't real. They're not real. They're baked on. They're not super clean. They still got little dots here and there. Which can be fixed with increasing the resolution or increasing the faces on this. But I don't want to do that. So to avoid doing that, we're just going to bake it on like so. And then I'm actually going to take the UV map. I'm going to black and white it, and then that way we can get a cutout of these gems so I can try and paint just those gems. Anyways, so let me go ahead and get Substance Painter up. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that can make like some insane builds with even less resolution. Or not less resolution, less topology. But honestly, I didn't want to cut anything more. I do want it to be very clean looking. If I do want to budget this a bit more, we're gonna have to start pulling away from like these. And then you'll start having those flat and edged looks and stuff like that. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. Anyways, let me go ahead and get Blender started up. Been a while since I've done some, or not Blender, Substance Painter. So we're gonna go ahead and new. Alright, let me go ahead and port this over. Gonna add new window capture. So I'm just a painter. Okay, here we are. Good old Substance Painter. You guys can't see the outlet though. That's fine, whatever. Okay, I'm selecting Blender as a template. The resolution is going to be 1024. I mean, if I increase the resolution, I can get the detail of those gems to be a lot nicer. but the overall 1K is a lot for a ring. Typically on rings, you want it to be like around like, honestly, 720 at the most. And that's like, okay. And that's like 720 is a lot, right? Because you got to think of it as like a ring is a very small object inside games. You don't really see it that often. The reason why I'm doing this is because people will be pulling it to their faces, and because of that, I don't really have much of a choice. I gotta increase the resolution so these gems can have some level of detail. Meanwhile, the asset itself looks good, you know. It is what it is. Now we're also going to be porting this over with no bones, nothing. I'll actually rig it up later on. I don't need to rig it right now. I just want to go ahead and do the materials. I'm going to go in here. Let me go ahead and find, where's my download folders and ring. What are we going to call this ring? I need a name for it. Eight gem. No. How many gems are on here? There's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 28, 30. 30 gem. We'll call it 30 gem. That's fine. 30 gems fine. 30 gem ring. Okay, now that we got that saved over, now we can import it. Okay. Oh, it pulled over everything. Hold on one moment. So we have file export FBX 30 gem ring selected objects only export edit re-import mesh. Oh my god. It's been so long since I worked on this. Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a real bad problem. So basically right there, you can see on the screen, I'm fixing it right now. The fucking mesh is inside out. That's why you can see that top ring right there. So this is because of bad normals, right? So now that I fixed the normals, we're gonna re-import the mesh, and there we go. Here it is. Okay. Now, I know right now, kind of like, what the hell's going on with this, man? Where'd all the gems go? Well, this is the base of the mesh. I haven't worked a lot with baked details like this before. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it. We're gonna do it. So I think if we go into layers, we're going to switch this to normal, right? And then I need to import resources, add resources. I'm gonna select my PNG. I think it's texture. And then we're gonna call this 30 gem normal. And then we're gonna just import it into this project. So once we import it, it's gonna pop up somewhere. There it is. Okay. Now, normal. And there we go. We have the normal painted on. Check out that bad boy. That looks so good. It could be better. Again, it could definitely be better. But based on the 1K resolution, it's good enough. Plus, if people go to look at it, even if they're like, it's close to your face, you also have to consider the fact that because VR is blurry, thank you, crap resolution lenses, it's going to hide any flaws or defects, right? So I can show it to you by zooming in. You see like those black dots and stuff like that. People aren't going to be able to tell, especially once we have a textured layer on top of it. And if we add reflective masks and all these other shiny gizmos and goodies and stuff like that, it's gonna hide it out completely, and we don't have to worry about that. Now next up, I'm gonna try and make a mask. Now, sorry about that. It's been such a long time since I've used some of this terminology because I just haven't done this in a minute after my break. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a mask. So let me go ahead and add another source to our layer right here. I'm gonna go ahead and go into window capture, Photoshop, and then let's select Photoshop, and it's not gonna work. Okay, that's not gonna work. So window capture is not gonna work. What if we do wonder. Man, the only way this is gonna work is if I go ahead and do a full. Hey, display capture it is. So display capture will be Photoshop. There has to be a better way of doing this. We are selecting the primary. Okay, here we go. All right. So now to make a mask. First, we have to make all of these white, but the rest of this black. There's a couple ways of doing this. I'm just going to tinker around and see what works for us. First, I'm going to apply a black and white. And then okay, so that does help isolate it. But I don't think that's gonna work for us. Damn. Okay, another way is filtering it by color, but a lot of this purple gradient's gonna carry over. Why don't we try a fill? So what I'm gonna do. Oh, no. Do I have a fill? Okay. First, we'll try a fill. And this is exactly the problem I was looking at earlier, worried about. So what we're going to do. Man, I really don't want to have to duplicate that. How many of them does it affect? Almost every single one of them. How do we do this? I think at this point we probably just need to color them in. I really don't want to do that though. Okay, let's try this. Maybe duplicating layers. And then maybe additive. Where's additive? Yo, 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 yo. Okay. This is doable. This is workable. Because the rest of it we can actually get anyways. Let me test something real quick. How are you reaching through those edges, bro? You mind? Okay. This is what we'll do. We will make an extra copy of this layer. Now this gives us another layer. Darken. And we're going to keep this one down here. We're actually going to lock it and hide it and make sure that it's well protected. Okay. Merge layers. Bam. Now, there is some pixels right here that are still being taken over. But it kind of darkens some of the area, but light on the others. Darken some of it, so we'll merge it. I'm just playing with this until we can get so do another linear light, I guess. Okay. Now for tolerance, we're going to bring this down to 1. Try that. Just going to play with these. Boom, 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 boom. Man, I really am getting tired of this.
This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me,
Fix all that later. It doesn't matter.
give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface.
What if I do a black and white now?
I could walk for days, searching for
Okay, let's try. Let's see if we can select. Select and mask. See, this also generally has a hard time selecting too if the what's it called has a hard time. This takes so long too. Wait, what if we do this? We'll clean up those edges later. Okay, now we'll start with the bottom. Deselect that. Dude, it almost feels like it'd be easier to just outline one and then line it up pixel for pixel. Like, holy shit. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. We'll make a new one. We'll line it up pixel for pixel. This is such a bad way of doing this, but whatever. Okay, I need this to not... Where's hardness? This is such a terrible way of doing this. While I'm at it.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go.
Hold down shift key, tap the square bracket.
If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you want to travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. Fada, fada. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up, climbing and climbing. I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stands still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking your faith, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain.
Oh, I am dumb. So we actually need to break this into. Also, this is probably extra.
Distance keeping us way too far apart. Every time I get too close, I fall apart. You have changed for the better. You don't wanna stay sleeping in my head. Why you made up your side of the bed? I never said it was forever. No, you don't need me no more. So you keep on moving on. You'll be okay, and I'll remain.
hoping that would work.
Stay the same, I'm gonna forget the pain, don't wanna know.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. What?
Where you lost it. 1,000 miles away on a different star, counting all the colors painted on my heart. How do I get better? No more you and I in reality. Tried to wipe you out of every fantasy. We can start again together. No, you don't need me no more. So you keep on moving on. You'll be okay, and I'll remain while I stay the same. Stay the same. Stay the same. Stay the same.
Calling out my demons, need a face to face. Need the reason why you're stolen her from me. Don't know why heaven is so angry, angry with me. We will never know what we're made of. We just needed freedom, freedom. We thought it would be forever, forever. But on my mind just memories, memories. On my heart just promises, promises. Oh baby, now I'm so empty. Oh baby, look at what you left me. Ashes. Music in my speakers is becoming loud. Lyrics on my head, I need to write them down. Don't know why it hurts so much, your memory, you're leaving me. We will never know what we're made of. We just needed freedom, freedom. We thought it would be forever, forever. But on my mind just memories, memories. On my heart just promises, promises. Oh baby, now I'm so empty. Oh baby, look at me. Ashes, 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 ashes,
Yo, where's my music? Bro, I'm not gonna be clicking this much. Hold up. Hey, bam, bam. I think I see one more spot we gotta fill in a bit more. Yeah. At least one more. This should be fine up here. Double check. Yep. Alright. How's it again? Shift I? Alt I? Forgot how it goes. Yes, continue, please. Okay. There we go. So much better. Note to self, not all gems are created equal. Yeah.
I've seen this day turn to blue eye, want to fade away into the scars on lights on my bones. I'm here to stay, and I don't know what it's all about. Get to the part where there are no doubts. Get to the part where I feel complete.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be impossible. Damn, all that work for nothing.
I've been on the run for so long. Now I found me. Fears disappear, I'm standing strong. I'm breaking free.
Sorry about that. Okay, so obviously this isn't gonna work. This tactic is just not working. So let's change it up. Damn. I was hoping that was gonna work. This is like almost there too. Okay, why don't we hide this layer? What if we try and do a... Okay, so we'll black and white it. Oh, so that blackens that out. Are you serious right now? I mean, technically we can black and white it. Okay, so what is it that we need to use? Is it multiplicative? I think it's multiply, right? Yeah, okay. Merge layers. Multiply. And now we need to inverse it. Okay, this is a lot more workable. Isn't it X to swap? All right, we got a mask now, bros. Oh, genius. I don't know how I did that, but I don't care. It works. Okay. Mass temp. Okay. Gemstone. Okay, now
Boy, can you hear me? Do you copy? Am I coming through clearly? Baby, come near me. There's no way your voice is cutting through this crowd. All the vibration. It's not the time and place for conversation. Another method of communication. It's time to use our body and shut your mouth. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Baby, it's about to get loud. I ain't trying to chill right now. Hold that thought, make your move. Let your body tell the truth. I know what you wanna do. Then we come together, babe. We blend into whatever your body and mind, yeah. Physical senses all melt into one.
Oh man, this is fucking painful.
Behind me, babe, the taste of our love breathing in the center of us. Honestly, let your body speak.
I have to map those pixels though, bro.
Trying to chill right now. Hold that thought, make your move. Let your body tell the truth. I know what you wanna do.
I have an idea.
Boy, can you hear me? Baby, come near me. Hold that thought, make your move. Let your body tell the truth. I know what you wanna do. Waste of Boy, can you hear me? Baby, come near me.
sun goes down, our spirits free. Nothing left but our energy. Take my hand, we can go and see the world unknown. Come explore with me. No, explore with me. Yeah, explore with me. No, explore with me.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me.
Hell yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you, in hopes you chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. You meant the world to me.
Oh, we don't need this anymore. Okay, cool. Cool. Woo! Hell yeah, man. Let's go, man. What a win. I had to hyper focus like a motherfucker on that for a minute. Like if I sit there and if I try and talk about it too much, then it's gonna mess me up, right? Sometimes you just gotta shut the fuck up and just focus up and just start testing things out, man. That's the best way to go about it. If you're ever stuck, sometimes it's better just hit the fucking zone, man. Just Makes life so much easier sometimes. So now we got... I don't even know if these are supposed to be imported as a texture. I don't really care, to be honest. Even if they're not supposed to be, it doesn't really matter. Because at the end of the day, the way that I make this all work, it's gonna work in either way. So, I used to be really good with the file or the folder organization system. It wasn't like anything professional grade, but it got me from point A to point B, and that's the most essential thing when you're trying to do this kind of stuff. So, for example, right now I'm gonna call this folder metal pins, right? And then I'm gonna add a mask. I don't even know if it's supposed to be a black mask or a white mask. It doesn't really matter. But what I'm gonna turn around and do is fill in, okay? And if you want to know if this works, you can just add any fill layer, right? Add a fill layer, make that shit bright red. See how it looks. If it looks like it's highlighting all the materials that you want it to, which for me it is, like all that work is just so I can do something like this, okay? You see how it's all colored in? That's most of the work done. So now when I'm going ahead and starting to do this, it's going to be all filled out, all nice, neat, all super easy, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and add this gem layer, right? We'll test it out, add a fill, go ahead and add a fill. Then we're going to go ahead and color it red, and it shouldn't be going over the metal. You see how it's not going over the metal? Now, one of the things that I could have done is I could have just done the pin layer, and that would have been more than enough with the overall mask. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually color in the individual gemstones itself. I wanted to have a specific mask for this because when I go to pull it into Unity, I'm going to need to have a hue selector, right? And if you want something that adjusts the hue of the gemstones, you need that that layer to be specific. So now that we have that all set up, we're going to go ahead and start working with the materials on first. Okay. So now for the materials, I'm going to go ahead and look up something like, it doesn't matter. Just try things out. See how the copper pins look, right? Do I like the way that these copper pins are reflecting? They look decent, but I don't know if I like that or not. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me set up. Cause now that I don't need to focus as hard. I'm just gonna be chilling. I don't like the way that the copper looks. We can turn around and change the base metal color, right? We can go for something a little bit more gun steel, right? I tend to like this. You can take copper, turn around, turn it into gunmetal, or not even gunmetal. Gunmetal is more blue. I mean, if you want to go gunmetal, there you go. That's simple. Okay. The main thing that you're gonna want when you're doing something like this, especially if you're using normal maps as a let me go ahead and switch over to this. Okay, so turn this down a little bit. Hold on one second. Okay. Oh, did I? Okay. So one of the things that you're going to want to do when you're doing something like this, I'm using the normals to do all the heavy lifting and all the budget on my ring, right? Without this, my ring goes from something as low as let me go ahead and fuse these back together real quick. Okay. Join that back up. And then join those back up. Okay. So the default ring, you can turn off Substance Painter. So if you look at right here, it's 9.4K tries, right? When you port that over to Unity, or if you're using it for like VR chat or whatever, tries is what is going to be your poly count. What poly count means is the number of faces, right? Well, we have faces right here, and that says 4.7. Well, the problem with that is it's 4.7 faces that we can visually see, but the mesh itself is going to break itself down into triangles, and those triangles are the polys, right? That's why it tells you your triangle count. So this is 9.4K. Meanwhile, this version right here is down to 1.26, right? 1.26 is way lower. Way lower. By cutting out those gems, and I also cut down the band a little bit. By doing those kind of like little adjustments, we've retained a lot of the shape. Let me go ahead and port over the original the bake. Actually, I can just rebake it. It doesn't. Nah, I'll pull it over. Fuck it. I think this was it. Yeah, this. I think that was it. Okay. Now the quality difference between the high qual or the high poly and the low poly is quite a bit, because you're losing a lot of information by removing those vertexes. But look how good that looks, right? For a budget, that is way nicer than just doing a plain old ring. Like, check this out. Like, this obviously is way nicer, but it's, you don't want to have all these extra vertexes or vertices when you don't need to. So we dropped it down from, again, 9.4 down to 1.26. Quite a bit, man. So let's go ahead and go back over to Substance Painter. We'll start working on that some more. Now watch how fast, after spending all that time in Photoshop and then getting these masks done, those masks are pretty much all the work, right? Now it's just picking materials and having fun with it. Now, when it comes down to materials, it's always a pain in the butt. Like for my other one, I made an individual template, or I pulled in unique textures to give the crystals a bit of a glow and a special effect and stuff like that. This time, I'm gonna try and do something different. So maybe we need to pick out something like glass. Glass has a very reflective surface. We'll see. That's a dirty mirror. Glass visor. Maybe glass visor will work. Let's pull that over and see. I mean, it kind of looks decent. But Mikano's blue and it don't look that good because it's blue. Like, okay, well, all you have to do is pick a lighter shade, and now they're gonna pop out. Like, check that out, man. God damn, that looks so good. Okay, we're just gonna leave that like that. That's fine. That's perfect. We don't need to mess with that anymore. So now I'm gonna go ahead and folder all this. We're gonna call this gemstones, and then we're gonna collapse this, and we're gonna leave this at the top because that's gonna control all our gemstones, and anything that we do underneath that layer, we don't want it to influence the gemstone layer, right? And instead of having to do all these masks and all this extra shit, we're just gonna go screw it. We're just gonna keep it simple, right? I accidentally closed the asset. There we go. So now let's just try stuff out. Do we like the main thing that you got to look at is, do you like the color or something? Pull this down underneath, or not the color. Here's the color. Color doesn't matter. Like, do you like the reflective surface? Does it look good? I can see a problem right here, and that might be because of that normal map. So yeah, see that right there? Now we're gonna get a new generation of normal maps. So what I'm gonna actually do, I'm gonna cheat. Okay, we're going to add a black mask. That's gonna delete all that crap. Then we'll go ahead and come up here. And then we're gonna go, where's my brushes? Oh, they're over here. God, I put that up here. So here's the fill. Bam. Now that that little defect is away. Okay, how's that look? Is it reflective? Is it pretty? Yeah, we like it. Okay, now why don't we go for... Let's see how it looks if we go with something like silver. So for silver, you're going to go around right about here. Black and white. If it looks a little bit too dark. This is actually kind of the color that I go for personally. It just looks nice. But we're going to raise it up some. And this is more of a normal silver. Oh, damn, that looks good. I actually like that a lot. What if we bring it up more? God, that looks so good. Man, I think that's what we're gonna have to go with. That just looks good. Yeah. Why not? Okay. Go ahead and export. I mean, that's the whole work right there, man. Okay. The E. Yeah, it's the E. No, it's not. Ah, shoot. All right, hold on. Let me go ahead and re-download my export my preset. That's the word, preset. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. I don't think it's not extra map, right? I think it's just the basic one, and that's good. Okay, we'll use extra map. Because why not? Okay. Well, import resources, add resources, downloads, Unity extra maps, export, Yomi. Library of assets, import, close that, edit, export textures. What? Oh, okay. It's under Unity. That's why. File type. I think 8 is fine, right? 8. 16 is for additional information, right?
Nothing is guaranteed, such a thin line in between. Colder than ice when you're next to me. First time we met, I knew I had to make you mine.
We'll try 8-bit, and if it looks bad, then we'll just export as a 16. But I think 8-bit's good enough. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're gonna import it. See how it looks on this. Now I can't remember specifically. I think it's a node setup. Add-ons node. Yeah, Node Wrangler. That's what it's called. How does it work again? Usage. Side panel node editor. I remember yeah, I remember it being like well, first of all, let's make sure. Yeah. Okay, good. We could probably delete all this now. Is it Control T? Man, I remember that you used to be able to open a whole bunch of stuff. Give me 1 second. Alright. So it's Control Shift T. There we go. Yo! Did it not export? Oh. It didn't. File. Export textures. Oh, it exported to the wrong frickin'. There we go. There we go. Refresh. Import. Almost there. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's just not importing properly or something. I think the metallic. Metallic is good. Maybe it's the roughness. Yeah, it was the roughness. The roughness was set up because it's like it was set to invert color or something weird. So that is a pretty sexy ring, man. There we go. 1200 poly. 1200 tries. Now all we need to do is weight paint it. And to weight paint this bad boy, we need a little bit more music, please. Just a little bit more. We'll be done. Okay. Now, I want to set the origin to the middle. Okay. Now, go ahead and add a bone. $30 ring. Okay, X90. Fill this. And before I do anything, let's go ahead and weight paint this. And it's really easy to weight paint. This is how easy it is. Okay, well, first of all, ring bone. $30G ring bone. Does that work? Okay. Take that. I'm an idiot. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the ring right there, all set up. I'll do additional stuff such as like porting into Unity, setting up some layers, all sorts of other goodies. But you know what? That's good for now. Anyways, hope you guys have a good one and enjoy your weekend that's coming up. Take care.